I lost close friends. Ended a crazy relationship. I lost money. I lost myself. And found it all at the same time. And towards the end, it was just like God was just on my head, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And then like towards the end, it's just like something about that little light that he kept showing me, like, I'm telling you, if you can see this, I'll help you see so much more. And so towards the end of 33, I just learned how to let go. And I was just like, all right, God, whatever it is, go. Like, I don't, whatever that looked like, go. Whatever it, like, here's my yes.
Yes.
And it's been a journey to understand how to let go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of We All Have Journeys. I am your host, DJ Heat. So excited again for our next guest number 2. She is a motivational speaker, host, athlete, radio personality. She does it all and does it well. Author. I can't forget she's an author. She got books, not just one book, plural. She has books, plural. And we're going to talk about all of that and her journey and more. JayCee Ruffin, welcome to the podcast.
It's the dramatic effect for me. I love it.
You know I'm dramatic, man. I'm extra. Virgos, we extra.
I love it. It's still Scorpio season while this is happening, so yeah, thank God.
Yeah. We won't get into the horoscope wars right now.
That's a whole nother journey.
Listen, listen. We all have journeys, but we ain't gonna talk about the horoscope journeys. We are going to talk about the journey of Miss JayCee. Listen, I'm saying Mrs. out of habit. She's speaking. We're gonna claim it. We're gonna claim it.
All right.
JayCee, because man, what a story. But always like want to start off this show where the journey began when I met you. I was always familiar with you, and I think that's the thing about this area for those of us that are in similar industries, and the industry I'm going to refer to is, is the radio industry. Okay. I started working at 92Q in 2017. Okay. When I got asked to, come back and do. I had been out the radio game for a couple of years, so I got asked like, "Hey, you want to do mix shows?" Like, "Yeah, bet."
So it's a good feeling.
Yeah, sure. I come do mix show. I joined the 92Q family in 2017, and I think we eventually ended up doing mix show on a slot. Yep. You was on it. It was our first time. I was excited because, again, like, I was familiar with you, but we had never met. Right. And, I've heard you, so I'm like, oh, bet. I finally get to do a slot with JayCee, and I felt like the chemistry was there. Yeah. And, like, hey, what year probably was that? Like, probably like... I
was there 20... Oh, man. 2020... Yeah. 2021, something like
2021 probably.
Something like that.
Yeah, man.
It was a solid 4 years.
Oh, gosh.
It was a solid 4 years. So about 2020, 2021, I think this was like before you really got to either touring or NBA had picked up for you. And it was like, I was just hyped because, like, he knew my name. So I was just like, oh, we get to do a show together?
Yeah,
like,
listen.
So in those moments, it's like when you look up to certain people, you kind of get nervous. You just want to make sure that you're doing it the right way, and you don't really know what the right way is. You're just like, hey, somebody saw enough to put both of us in the same slide. Let's do it. Yeah. So, and then it was a good show.
No, it was. So I always look forward to, when we will be on slots together. Because like, oh, no, we're gonna be lit.
Yes, 100%.
Especially 100%. like two women, doing so. Especially like, I know it's rare in radio. For me, we see female mix show DJs, and for that to be paired with a female on air host. So I knew it was just like, it was bigger than just you and I on a slot together.
Every time.
It's like, okay, the DJ and the on-air host, they're both women.
Yeah, black women at that.
Black women.
And of course, with having that type of challenge
Mm-hmm.
and then responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of looking at it like, you know, somebody's hoping you F up because they ready for that moment.
Yeah.
And then you got the other people that's real live, like, supporting you, like, yo, them my dogs. Like, they both on that crazy.
Right.
So, and you just be surprised because you really don't know who is what. And so in those moments, the one rule we learn, of course, in radio is that those hours that we're given, it don't matter about us. It don't matter how we feel.
Yeah.
It matters about what the people feel, how we make them feel. So we could have had the worst day in the world.
Man.
But them hours we on the air, it do not matter.
No,
so,
it does
you
not.
know, and so we just turned, you know, sometimes we turn some of our stressful days into some of the best moments that we had while we was on the air. So, you know, those 2 hours actually were blessings for us. Or 3 hours, whatever it was blessing for us to just be able to kind of debrief without even having to use words. Without even having to use words. Let the music talk, let the vibes grow, and by the end, we done forgot what we was like, all right, bet.
Right.
Great show.
We
Great
did
show,
it. Great
everyone.
show, man. We did it. Man, this was a great show.
Yeah.
Great energy. Great working with you. Ooh, great having you here. Your journey. My goodness. I'm trying to like I'm excited. Not that like I'm not ever excited to interview anyone, but like just your story and your perseverance and what you you know been through and where you are now and where you still going. But let's start a little bit back further to little JayCee, you know, PG County, right?
Yeah.
What city in PG?
Okay. Let's steer this up a little.
All
bit.
right. Skirt.
I grew up on 54th and Bass Place in South.
Oh, come on, Southeast 54th and Bass. I had family over there. All
yes,
right.
I did. The cul-de-sac kid.
Yeah.
You know, the 4th of July. Like, so my parents were determined that DCPS was never gonna be a part of my journey.
Dang.
I was just like, well, but we, you know, residing back and forth in different areas. They was like, okay, you gonna get raised over here, but you gonna go to school over here.
And it happened. It happened. A lot of kids growing up in DC had that same experience.
Yeah, man. So, you know, PG County and DC, like literally, like raised over here, slept over here, but also lived and resided over in PG County too. So it never had a break. Like I never had a break. I was in PG for like 3 days a week, and then 4 days out of the week I'm in Southeast. So it really never mattered. And I grew up with everybody. I done seen it all. I done done it all. I done been around it all.
Yeah, man.
And you know, so it's kind of like I got the best of both worlds. And of course, everybody's gonna be like, nah, bruh, you gotta pick. And you know,
but do people really have to pick, especially like just
I'm
how
not.
unique and how close to borders like everything is right here? in
I'm
this area?
PG. Okay, I'll put it this way. As an athlete, I'm from PG County.
Okay. I mean, something in the water.
As an athlete, I'm from PG County.
Yeah.
But as far as like my nature and what I've learned, I can never say I'm just from one place because
Gotcha.
I was taught so much in Southeast that in PG County it was looked at like easy water.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a whole lot to it that to get from out of it, to be honest with you. Like I grew up, I was raised, I was taught, I learned, I manifested and failed and grew in Southeast DC.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
How would you say you were as a kid? Because you have a younger brother.
I do.
Correct.
Yep.
So you was the big sister.
Yeah.
Were you the annoying big sister?
No,
or-
he was the annoying little brother. But he'll probably say I was the annoying big sister.
Aw.
So, no, we're 5 years apart. Technically, there was supposed to be 5 of us. And over time, as I've been able to kind of stretch some conversations out of both my parents,
Yeah.
I was able to learn that, you know, my mom lost 3.
Oh wow.
So there was a set of twins in between my brother and I, then my brother, and then one after my brother.
Oh wow.
And my my brother was the one that was telling my mother, baby, you know, babies be telling everything.
Yeah,
okay?
they do. They
And
snitch.
yeah, so he's the youngest one, and he's running around talking about baby, pointing at her stomach, and she just never.
Oh.
And my late aunt, my dad's sister, my mom actually worked in the same government building. And my mom ended up like passing out at work. My aunt found her, took over the GW,
Oh, wow.
saved her life. So, you know, it's not the first time that my mom kind of went through some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I actually at 5.5, like 6, saw my mom flatline, giving birth to my brother.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know, being able to go through these things and kind of seeing these at a young age where you kind of like, yo, I might grow up without my mom. And a lot of people be like, how you remember this at 6? Like, some things you just don't, like, kind of.
It's very vivid memory.
Yeah, you might not know all of the intrinsic details of all of it, but, you know, you remember, you know, and I remember the blankets, and I remember them pumping blood clots, because the machineries and stuff we have, technologies and stuff we have today, you know, they wasn't even able to test the blood in her. They was just like, if she makes it through the night, she'll be all right. And I remember my aunt screaming, talking about, just take my blood. It was a lot. And so, you know, still able to have both parents alive to this day.
Amen.
And so, you know, I always implore everybody that thank you to those who donate blood, because my mom is a living, walking, breathing testimony of the blood bank. So, you know, super, super grateful for those. So, but I wasn't the annoying sibling. I tried to protect my brother.
Okay.
As much as I could, but also I was one of those ones that was like, nah, get up, do what you got to do. I was the pusher of my brother because of the stigma of, you know, men or boys don't grow until a certain. I'm like, that's only true because of certain things that this generation passed down to this generation, so they're just doing the same thing. And I'm like, my brother is more than capable of doing multiple things better than he does. Right. But because he knows he has a safety net, it's like he does it. So, and so sometimes I've had to step back as big sis and just kind of let things go. Yeah. But seeing him grow and how he's grown up, like, we've gotten closer over time. Aw. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. We've gotten closer over time. Aw. Took some time. But we've gotten closer over time.
And that's so. I'm an only child, so I'm always intrigued by family dynamics from, you know, friends of mine or just anyone when I see how they interact with siblings or just large families in general. And so one thing that I have noticed is like you said, you know, they could, you and your siblings could be a certain way when you're younger, but as you get older, how that bond changes.
Yeah, because my brother was a snitch. I'm gonna be honest, my brother was a snitch, bro.
Oh man,
he used to try to tell everything because he was like, watch, ooh, I'm telling. I'm like, bro, like, chill. How did we get here? Right. So, he was the conniving one. Like, so that's why I say I think I was a great sibling, because I mean, man, I'm like, dog, I think there's a sibling code, and I think he just skipped that chapter.
He's breaking it.
Like, what is going on? So, bruh. I mean, but, you know, now, I mean, ironically, recently enough, my brother called me and was like, you know, I know you have tried multiple times to make our relationship better, and it wasn't, I just didn't know how to do it. And so he was like, you know, whatever I got to do to make sure, you know, that we have that. You know, I'm willing to do it, because, you know, I don't want our dynamic to be like our other family dynamics that we've seen. Right. And that was kind of different for me, because I honestly didn't know how to take it. Like, when he said it, I honestly didn't know how to feel.
Why not?
I think when you've seen dynamics in your family for so long, like, after my aunt passed, my brother was very close to my aunt on my dad's side. Okay. He always, the one thing he was able to live with was the fact that he told my aunt that he loved her before she passed, because he was with her 3 days before she passed. And so he has this thing now where before he hangs up the phone, no matter what, he say, I love you. But because that dynamic was different as we were growing up, saying I love you was not always popular in our household. Yeah. You know, it was like we knew the words, but the emotion that came behind it, you didn't know necessarily where you kind of stood. So it's just working out, you know, between parental trauma, generational trauma, whatever that might look like, all of those different things, sibling trauma, whatever that looks like, like them broken conversations, you just never know, man. So that's, I think it's, but I think we're growing. I think we're growing.
All right, so that was, you know, the little JayCee years, going off to school, high school. Now, I know a lot of people know you sharing your story about basketball. So before we really get into that, which I'm like woo, when did you first fall in love with basketball?
Whew. Oh man, okay. It's gonna sound weird, about like 2, 3. I got a basketball and a drum set.
Oh, almost like the LeBron,
birthday.
like baby.
Kind of, sort of. My dad was a musician, but he also was a producer. My mom sung in 3 bands that she also had. Mom was getting ready to go on tour. She was gonna take sabbatical, like right after my parents got married, and then because she worked for the government, and then my dad has producer credits, and I've played drums even at a young age.
Okay.
So I've been around artists since I was younger. Names still on certain credits for certain people that I played drums with. That was back in Horizon Studio with Paul Mitchell and all of this. So,
all right,
so like I've been around the game for a long time. Yes, indeed.
Pom.
Yeah. A paradiddle too. I around 2 or 3 years old, it was just back and forth. I was learning how to play drums while I was learning how to play basketball. And over time, it was always both of them in every capacity. Right. So in church, I played drums. So my god brother is one of the baddest drummers that have ever touched a drum set. My father actually taught him how to play drums. And then he went on to play for multiple artists. His last one before he actually retired from playing it was Daughtry.
Oh wow, nice!
Shout out to my god brother Brandon Macklin.
Yeah.
And now he's pastor in succession at our home church at the Sanctuary Kingdom Square.
Okay, hallelujah.
And also my big brother. I'd be remiss if I did not mention him, but Aaron Spears. I used to shed at that man's house with the red light, the blue light, 4 kids in the top side, and we would just go crazy.
Yeah.
Church sheds. I could call names. Like I could literally run basses, keys, drums.
Goodness.
Like I've been around it all my
I didn't know you had a musical background
life.
Like that.
Yes.
Dang.
Yes. So after I played my last Sunday for the youth choir, I was going to college. I made a decision to choose basketball over music. But before I did, I was able to go on a tour with my god brother to Berklee College of Music.
Oh, okay.
And so ironically, the same weekend of my tour was the same weekend Beyonce was in town doing audition for her all-women's band.
What?
And I wasn't 18 at the time, so I was pissed. Because I was like, well, there goes basketball. I'm on tour. Because I was
with
about to be
Beyonce.
gone. You hear me? I was going over there, and they was like, yeah, nah. But I had some of the hottest chicken wings ever with this place called Spike's. I will never get it. Anytime you got to sign waivers to eat
like
chicken.
That's some hot chicken.
Nah, yeah. So, but that was probably one of the best experiences of my life, to be able to see full-blown musicians actually see it in their craft. And had I not had a love for basketball more than I did for music, I probably would have just gone ahead and gone there. And too many connections within the area, especially with my godbrother going there, and then my best friend Lily Grace. She's known for singing, doing background vocals, and she's been on Sunday's Best and everything.
Okay.
So it's the connections is connecting.
I see.
But
can you still play?
Yeah.
You like, Dang, we should have brought a drum set up in here, man. I would have.
I still can. I was challenged like 3 years ago by a friend, and to do a video of something that I hadn't done in a long time.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, let me go play and see if I still got it.
Dang.
So salute to my brother Dean West Jr., and Dean West Sr. and Kate, they all raised me.
Oh.
And so GDIC is home.
Yeah,
Drums Unlimited is home.
Wow. Shout out to Dean, man.
So like when I say I'm plugged in, I'm plugged in.
Yeah, listen, she name dropping. Like, these official names.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm like.
Mind blown. I know. I gotta keep some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It makes it interesting. But
oh my gosh.
So I went over there. I called him, and him and my boy Jack, they were over there already doing some mixing, and I was like, yo, I gotta do a video. And his kit was already set up because he was already doing covers and stuff. So I was like, yo, can I use the kit? He was like, yeah, I don't care. Came up, recorded it, and I did Chris Brown Indigo's Indigo. And that's one of my favorite tracks.
I need to go back and find this video, man.
Yeah. So I haven't played in a while. I have slowed down drastically. Like I got to go back to the pillow. and build back up. But
I'm sure like some people say it's like probably like riding a bike.
yeah, I mean, I was surprised at the comments because I was beating myself up. I was like, posting that video was not of the. I was like, nah, they about to clown me. But honestly, everybody was like, bro, what don't you do?
Right. I'm like, what the heezy?
So yeah, so music kept me going, kept me, in church. Vacation Bible School. About to drop another one. I'm in the Hall of Fame for Girl Scouts.
Girl Scout, you got all the badges.
Yeah, I do. So anybody that knows this, like the highest honor you can get in Girl Scouting is the Gold Award.
Okay.
And
what is it called again?
Gold Award.
Gold Award. Okay.
So I have the Gold Award. I have the Silver Award. I have the Bronze Award. I have the Juliet Lowe Trayful, which is the founder of Girl Scouts. And so I have all of those. And in order to get it, you had to create a whole event. For the Gold Award, you had to do a whole event, and I call out the news and call out everything. And so I was in newspapers and everything for doing a driver's course for PG County residents to do driver's ed at my church parking lot.
Come on.
Yeah. So I mean, I went around and answered, but yeah. So, but basketball stuck. Basketball stuck. Okay, I'm gonna take you because you know sports.
Okay. Yes.
So I don't even know if he's ever told this story. So I hope you don't kill me when I say this. But where I lived at, I grew up with two people. Well, three people. On the backside was Big Bro, Darrell Babs. You know who that is? Tank. And his mom lived on the backside. So I grew up on the backside, and then down the street. 2 doors down from my house was Davelin Cunningham, a.k.a. Suge, and Dante Cunningham. Dante never wanted to play ball. Ever. Me and Dante played one-on-one in the backyard. So I didn't have a basketball court in my backyard.
Right.
And so when the Cunninghams was living next door, I could always go over there and practice. When I played Dante one-on-one, his father was watching me. Wow. And he was like, from now on, this your court. You need a court to play on. This your court.
Sheesh.
They forced Tay to play. And Tay went on to go into the NBA, become a champion at Villanova.
Yeah.
His sister went to Rutgers, played in the W. So I grew up around.
Oh my goodness.
Royalty, around, like heavy hitters in the industry that, put on for the likes of things. And I mean, it was my dream, and we'll get into it.
Yeah, we're going to get into it, but like, seeing like people you had around you, like you, like it's destined for you to succeed in no matter what lane that you choose to go through. Yeah, like come.
I think sometimes because, and I know we're gonna talk about it, but I think because I do too much, or I've done so much that I felt like I should have been, or I feel like I should be so much further, but I haven't. At times I get kind of confused at which one I'm supposed to be focusing on because I actually became great at multiple things in their own time instead of like, because I know people go, you can't be great at everything, and I was like, but I did these things in their own timing. So as I was learning how to sham God and AI crossover, I was also practicing my rudiments on a pillow and then my drum pad.
Sheesh.
So I was doing everything in its own timing, and still being a community-driven person. So
and you can do it multiple because athletes, like if athletes could drop mixtapes,
and
everything goes and that they're doing.
But back then that was frowned upon,
right?
Especially for us,
right? I think that's for anything. Yeah. It's when people, I think like the old fashioned way of growing up is like, no, you're gonna do this one thing and that's it. Yeah. Any other talents, any other interests you have, no, that has to take a back
plans.
seat.
Remember those?
Right. Like no.
What are those? What's your 5 month? What's your
5
months?
I'm lucky if I have a 5-day plan.
You feel me? Because he's changing drastically around these parts.
I'm not gonna feel the same. I'm not gonna feel the same 5 hours.
Oh no. So, even if I took a 5 hour, that's not a plug.
Listen, that's only listen. And the plug, I don't do caffeine at all. So.
I got it. I got it.
All right. Like man, I'm just still blown away from everything you just said. Oh, yeah. Just like I was blown away from the stories and.
Yeah. Whew. Okay.
So
I got you.
So one thing I want to talk about, since we talked about you falling in love with basketball.
Yeah.
And like reading your story, and like the first thing that stood out to me along your basketball journey, and we gonna like let's go through it, you know, linear wise. Like in high school, you were a great athlete.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
But it seemed like that, like who you had around you, not your family, but like, you know, those that's supposed to be pushing you to the next level, who you would think would push you to the next level, wasn't believing it in you to help you get to that next level, which is college. You know, automatically like high school
100%.
to college.
100%.
Like it was crazy
100%.
when you mentioned that it was 6 seniors on your high school team, and you the only one that wanted to go to college and play ball.
That's it. Yeah.
So let's start. High school. Yeah.
So okay. So we in order to talk high school, I'm gonna take it back to maybe, let's go 7th grade.
Okay.
So I went to Tyack Academy. It's elementary, and my next schooling for middle school was Thomas Pullen. Thomas Pullen is known as a performing arts tag magnet, so you had to audition to get in there. So media arts became a part of my life in middle school.
Right.
Athletics was always a part of my life because I played in rec leagues. I played Berry Farm. I played all these different places. So because of those things and being around family members that have gone on to play professionally, I knew what I wanted to do, but I also my parents wanted me to be around the best schooling. Right. My brother had got in off the lottery, so I had to audition in. Okay. As I got there was no basketball team at Thomas Pullen. I started the basketball team for girls basketball.
That's awesome.
I revived the boys basketball team. They hadn't been there since 91, 92. And they were champions, actually.
Wow.
And so in 2000, what was that? 2, 3, something like that. When I had to go to the board, we had to get a petition, I had to find a coach, and I had to get staff members to actually sign off on this pretty much bill, if you will, that says that we need to revive the programming for athletics to have Thomas Pullen a part of it. And found Coach Timothy Hips, who agreed to do it. But the problem was we only had enough for the boys team. So I was the only girl in PG County playing on the boys team.
What in the heck?
So
and PG County allowed that?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't even know if they knew. But I knew that if I started this team, I was going to play on it.
That's crazy.
So I played on the team, and I remember Coach Hips, and he used to fight for me all the time because he used to be like, that the coaches used to have a problem. They'd be like, yo, we can't play this. It's a girl playing, you know, and this, like I said, this early 2000s. So everybody's still kind of getting used to the W just being around since 96. Right. But we've been hooping since way before, like with Yolanda Laney. Thank God for Benaja, but Yolanda was the hooper. Feel me? So it was like we always had people that was actually doing the work. Right. So for us to come in and be looked at like we were soft, like, and my coach, he'd be like, yo, she can hoop. And we go out there and I'm busting, going crazy, 3 after 3 after 3. Like, I'm getting mine. And the coach that was complaining be like, yo, play up on it. Like, all of a sudden, now he coaching. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What happened? So, so fast track, that was my 7th grade year. Okay. 8th grade, now we have 2 teams, girls, boys. I'm captain of the 8th grade. I play against a few good names out of the county. Some that don't even play anymore that should have played. But I would never forget there was a coach that came from my high school, and she was pregnant. I never forget, she sat up there. I think I had like practice or something. And she was sitting at the top in the wooden bleachers, pregnant at the top watching, and like pretty much fully recruiting me to come to Friendly High School. My freshman year, I'll never forget, I tried out. My father was like, you're not playing ball your freshman year. What? Till this day, I have learned how to forgive because I feel like that was the starting point of the downfall. And so I ended up being in the marching band. He let me go in the marching band. He was like, I need you to figure out how to manage your grades and some other wild
While doing an
whatever.
activity or something. So we're gonna start off with a.
And I was like, but I'm still gonna be after school every day.
Right. They ain't just as strenuous as being an athlete.
No, I was in the marching and the pep.
Mm-mm.
Make it make sense. I'm still here. So I tried out, actually, freshman year. I made it first day. And
Against your father's wishes.
Sure did.
Mm.
But I never told him.
Mm.
And then when I came back and told him, he was like, well, why ain't you ain't tell me? I was like, but you told me
I
I
can't do it.
So I missed out my freshman year playing on varsity because I made varsity the first day.
Wow.
And the coach ended up changing my sophomore year to another guy. And then I tried out again my sophomore year, and then I made varsity again.
Okay.
But they believed in seniority, not winning, to say the least.
Gotcha.
Now, mind you, we had some ballers on that. Felicia, BJ, Takia, Paris was on there as well. Like, we had some hoopers on the joint.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't think sitting on the bench when I knew I'm always going to hype myself up. So I just knew I was better or capable, at least 6 man, at least to come in and
you definitely should have been in rotation.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't technically start seeing a lot of minutes until probably towards the middle of the season. But when I would get in, I scored every game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they dropped me down to JV because of playing time. Can't make this up. They was like, well, we don't think you're going to get enough time, but we want you to play, and we don't want to waste your time, so we're going to move you down to JV. When I tell you, I was like, wait, what? But I said, okay, now I done made varsity both times.
Yeah.
But now you want to bring, so it's okay.
Okay.
The only reason I didn't fight is because the coach that recruited me from middle school was the head coach of the JV squad.
So you're like, all right, I'm going to rock
like, all right,
with
cool.
Yeah.
So you got Aisha Tobin, you got me, you got a whole bunch of other players on the joint. And we spanking. I'm talking like I'm coming in 15, 20 a game spanking. Our record better than varsity. Like we like y'all sure y'all might want to like switch teams. This might want to be, and I say that jokingly, but I mean the roster was doing what it needed to do.
Bet. Yep.
So they moved me back up playoffs.
Of course they did.
They moved me back up playoffs. I played a little bit, but they're trying to phase me in now because I'm going into my junior year and they're preparing for the seniors to leave. So then my junior year, coaches changed again. But the coach for my JV team was now becoming the head coach of the varsity. Okay. So now I'm getting a little bit more comfortable.
Right,
like, okay,
like somebody that rocks with me, he's going to be the head coach.
I thought for me personally that it was going to be a good situation. I had chemistry with this coach. Yeah, no. So you know how they say sometimes as women when we get to certain places in our life, we kind of ruin it without not knowing that we're doing that type of thing. I felt like the position changed her, changed my coach. I felt like the power of it all changed her because she was also the athletic director. And then her best friend was the administrator over athletics. So I'm not thinking I have a problem. I'm thinking I have a support system.
Right.
This person has seen me play since middle school. I played for you in high school my sophomore year. She had a whole AAU team and never told me about it. Like she was the coach of an AAU team and never told me about it. But I'm one of your star key players, actually key, that people respectfully game planned around me. Right. And this is not something, and I say this like humbly because this is not something that I'm saying. This is something that coaches told me. So I ain't trying to like, most people like, you bigging up. No. This is something that was brought to me. Yeah. So every year just got worse and worse. There was our connection started dropping. There was no communication. Back then, I'm jealous, to be honest with you, of this new generation of NIL players because, you couldn't get talked to by a school until your junior year, and your athletic director and coach and everybody had to sign off on it before the communication could even start. So, in short, I never saw scholarships that were told to me, that were offered, or conversations that were told to me that were supposed to have been happening. I never saw my recruitment days. I never saw these things. And so I had identical graduations from high school and college. I was scared of both of them because I didn't know what was next. My high school graduation, like you said, I was the only person that wanted to go to school to play basketball. But my coach did not help me whatsoever. Right. My parents were like team mom, team dad. Anything we needed, my parents was like, we're doing it.
Let's go back for a second, because I like it's still interesting, because I feel like that high school was almost like a domino piece.
It was.
In everything that transpired since. Did you later find out some of the schools that did reach out to you and that the athletic director or coach just never told you?
I was handed a few envelopes after signing day.
Okay.
after I was handed a few, so ODU and my homegirl actually ended up going there, and they actually ended up coming to a game. Bowie State definitely was one of them as well, and Elizabeth City, ironically. And then there was a couple of other D1s, but they were like lower level D1s. Yeah. And by that time, like, I was just stressed out because I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see, because I knew I had put the work in.
So coaches, again, it's like the underlying theme on this journey, because you go to Elizabeth City, you know, try to play ball for them. Yeah. Coach issues. So Bowie, Virginia Union. That was like a whole, like three different colleges.
Same conference.
Yeah. Oh, all in the same conference.
Same conference.
And then all something that all transpired when it involves a coach.
So let's walk this down.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and fast track this.
Okay, yeah.
So freshman year, I'm going to Liz because Liz was my safe school. My father went to school at Elizabeth City State University. And so 2 weeks before I was coming in, I was talking to the coach. The coach was already familiar with me because they were interested. So, all right, cool. I didn't want to go to Liz. I'm not going to lie to you.
Right.
Because my dad went there. So everybody in the front office knows my father. Why would I want to go to a school where I feel like I'm on, like, legit
you being watched? Yep.
So,
we got our eye on you. We gonna tell your father.
Like, oh my God, no, this is not gonna happen. But if you gonna let me play, cool. I get there. 2 weeks later, after I'm fully admitted, I go in the building. The coach is gone. They let her go. The new coach is the former assistant coach of the men's basketball team. He don't want to bring no new players on. At the time, the record was 4-22. I'm like, sir, you need to do something. I don't know what it is you need to do, but you need to do something.
Right, definitely need some new players up in here.
So probably. The first year, he was just talking about, he was just trying to, I guess, I don't know if he was trying to make a name or whatever, but he didn't do no tryouts. So I played intramurals at Elizabeth City. Got the trophies to prove MVP, comeback, 20-point, all of that other stuff. And the assistant coach that was under the women's basketball coach was the head coach of the intramurals team. Okay. So I am literally like, oh, this is an audition.
This is your tryouts.
Say less. Yeah. I'm going crazy. Norfolk State, NC State tournaments. Like, it was like we were playing.
Oh, wow.
We were playing in intramural tournaments, and I was going nuts on purpose. Yeah, he never said anything to the coach. So shout out to my play sister Dion. She became the assistant coach at Liz under the new head coach, interim. He still had interim tag on it. And man, they did a tryout, and I think they just did it out of formality, because all of the talk of, yo, like, we've been seeing your work, all these other different things, like, come try out or whatever. And then there was no call. Then it was acting like
they were just doing it just to do it.
So I'm like, bro, what is going on? So by that year, by the end of that semester, I put my paperwork in. I was transferring to Bowie. Met one of the girls on the basketball team, got cool with her, and I was like, yo, like, I can really hoop. And she was like, all right, well, come work out with me before they had practice one time. So I get to Bowie. One of my friends I grew up with, he came and was like, my rebounder, passer, and things of that nature. Yeah. And so we just kind of worked together.
Yeah.
And towards the last, we had been in there for about an hour and a half. Towards the last 15 minutes of the workout, the coaches start coming in for the team, and the team is circling up at half court. and they all stretching, getting ready for practice, and all you hear is, she coming here. She go here. That's all you hear.
Oh, they checking you out.
Yeah,
like,
they watching me. I mean, like, people over here stretching like, she go here. She, like, what, like, because they see me working out with their teammates.
Right.
So it's like,
is this a new team?
Yeah,
that we don't know about. Right.
Everybody.
This a recruit coming in.
Yes. Yeah. At the end, the coach was like, you go here? And I was like, well, kind of, sort of. I'm waiting on my acceptance letter. Because that was the only thing I was waiting on. And she was like, okay, well, your first day you get here, come see me and let's talk. I said, okay, cool. That first day was the blizzard of 2011, and I was like, yeah, coach told me to come see her, so snow and all, I'm going.
I'm here.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, so you do go here now? I said, yep. I said, first day on campus, learning my class, things of that nature, but I know you said come see you. She was like, yeah, I like your game. I don't have money to give just yet, but you stay in shape. We're gonna work out. We'll talk to the figures or whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I said, well, coach, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care about your money. I just want a jersey.
Yeah.
Just give me a spot, give me a shot. That's all I care about. She was like, all right, cool. So I was cool with earning mine because I just wanted to prove, not only to myself, but to everybody from high school above that kind of just put me in this position at this point.
That I does this. Like, I belong on a team.
4 months later, I can't make this up. New athletic director comes in and strips her of her title as head coach. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I was on my way to a bowling tournament because I had no obligation to the team, but I did 2 of days on my own while I was
right. Just proving yourself. Yeah.
I had just transferred there. I went to the bowling tournament in Durham, just landed, turned my phone back on, and all I hear is ding, ding, ding. Call me.
Dang.
And it's my teammate who was like, yo, coach got let go.
Dang.
And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, nah, but the new dude, he was like, yo, is your friend still talking about staying? Like, they going, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I ain't got a good feeling about this. And sure enough, she was like, nah, just stay, let's work, let's see what it is. So I said, all right, I'll try. But I had no good feeling about it from jump. So I worked out. Anybody that wanted to be on the team had to play in open gyms on Sunday. So cool. It was like, go to church, go to gym. Go to church, go to gym. I was like, all right, cool. By the time we get to the school year, by way before October, like September or whatever, coach walks up to me with a schedule and was like, I see you in the morning.
Bet.
Preseason. Let me tell you something. I ain't never met a person in my life that gets excited about preseason, but baby, I got
right.
hyped.
Yeah, because you're like, this it right here. This it.
I've never met nobody in the world that was ready to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be in the gym by 4:30 to be sprinting by 5. I was that person. Okay, I loved every moment of it because I felt like I was back. I felt like finally. So okay, cool. We get to that point. January 24th, 2012 was supposed to be my first game against Livingstone College. Never forget it because my homegirl, who actually was trying to get me to call him Paul the Six, with her, Paul VI, whatever they call it. Whatever. Jazz, she was playing at Livingstone, and Livingstone actually won. She looked back at her teammates and was like, yo, if she had played tonight, we would have lost. So we go into the office because I'm like, all right, coach, I need to know what's going on because my day was supposed to be that day. He's like, can we cuss on here? I'm just asking.
Sure.
I'll say it this way.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what he said. He said, this shit is shattered, and I want to build a team around you next year. Yeah, let that ponder. I was like, what?
So what I'm supposed to do this year?
Right. Because I done put in all this work. Right. I ain't asked for no money. I'm still here paying on my dime.
I'm still here.
Like, literally. So I said, okay. Well, my parents are here. Can you help me tell them this? Because I don't know how this is going to go. So I brought my mom and dad in. Because my first game was supposed to have been that
right,
day.
They were ready to see you. They like, finally, our baby on the team. Let's go.
But because they knew I wasn't playing, I told them to come so we can talk to the coach.
Just to meet, yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't playing because I hadn't, whatever. So I said, okay. And then, I don't want to leave nothing out because I like being factual about certain things. I had worked out so much up to the point that my shin started hurting because they still made me try out. So instead, and mind you, I'm still, and it wasn't until we got to the 3-man weave that I felt my shin start pulling. And Shanita, I never forget that she can attest, Bree can attest to this too. They were like, yo, if your shan's hurt, get off your feet, bruh.
Right.
I never
like,
forget this in
recover.
the middle of the joint.
Rest and recovery is a
But
thing.
me, I'm like, I can't sit down.
You just focus because you're hungry.
Ain't nobody told me I made the team yet.
Right,
So I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to play through it.
Yeah.
That was just my character.
Mm-hmm.
Man, by the time we got in there, back to the game, by the time we got to the end, my parents were both in there. He told them, along with this assistant coach, that we only told her she'll make the team if somebody got hurt. It was 7 people on the roster.
Ooh, wait a minute. The whole team only had a total of 7 people?
7 people.
And you can't play?
And I can't play.
Yeah, they just out here tired.
That's it.
You can't even get a good rotation.
And
everybody can't rest properly.
One of the players was his daughter. And she was on the full ride. I can't make this up. And she was not better than me. I will say that. She won't. I used to, because I knew it was her daughter and we played the same position, I used to always
same position.
Practice, open gym, anything.
Oh.
I'm checking you.
The nepotism
and
is
I'm
real.
going at your head.
The
like,
nepotism is
oh,
real.
yeah, like, I need that. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, my father and the coach get into it on the way out. That was it, buddy.
Yeah,
that was it.
So you leave there. I know you went back to Elizabeth City briefly.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment where your mom had a hookup for you at Virginia Union. Surprised you with Virginia Union.
So my mom actually randomly asked me one day, it was like, yo, you ever been to Virginia Union? I was like, no. I need to go there for it. Because as Union, we knew it as the Christian school. So I was like, I go to church every week. Like,
right. How much church you want in my life, mama?
I'm like, yo, okay, I need at least a little bit of secular music. I need to be able to get a little ratchet
I need to listen to Tank.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I need some win-win. Okay?
Right, win-win.
All right. Because at this point, I'm please don't go. Like, that's where I'm at right now. But, no, seriously. So we went down there because my grandfather had passed, my mom's dad, and he was born in Virginia. And so the only way you can get it is go to Vital Records in Virginia.
Right.
And so my mom was also married in Virginia. And, of course, they had to go get them. So a marriage license. So she went and got both documents, but it was a mile apart from the exit of Virginia Union.
Okay.
Ironically, the head coach of the team, she had just took the job because she was the head coach at the time, recruiting me to go to PG. She's a member of my church. So my mom knew that because I think my godfather, who was also the pastor of the church, called and was like, yo, you need to go talk to Coach Cherry. I was like, all right, whatever. And so she walked in, she was like, hey, what y'all doing here? You know, that old gospel church type thing. And we was like, he's like, yeah, we need to come talk to. She's like, come on, come to my office. I was like, okay. And as I'm walking through, I promise you, I was numb. Because at that point, I'm like, why am I here?
Right. Right. At this point, you just think you visiting an old friend type of thing.
Over it. I don't even want to talk basketball at this point. Couldn't even start to tell you what channel ESPN was going.
Right,
like, I don't want to watch nothing.
Right.
We walked through the gym. Now, Union's gym, like when it's played in, it can feel real heavy because it's small. But I didn't care. I was just walking through. And so a little bit of me kind of just was like itching at it, like, okay. So we go in the back. We have a conversation. I start finding out some things about the coach at Bowie from this coach. And let's just say a season of 24-0 became 0-24. And that championship went to the coach at Virginia Union while she was at PG at the time. So I found all this information out at that time. I'm like, okay. So as I'm talking to her about all the stuff that's going on with me at Bowie, she reaches down in her little file cabinet and hands me a piece of paper and says, okay. So yeah, what was you talking about? And and it had the recruitment questionnaire for me. And I was like, wait a minute, like, is this what I think this is? Okay.
Bet.
So I'm like, well,
all right, let's do it again.
I don't need her to change her mind, child.
Right.
Let me.
Ball is life.
Let me just go ahead.
Ball is life.
About a month later, I got a phone call. She brought me down with one of the guards she was looking at coming out of Flowers. Now, mind you, I'm like 2.5 years removed from high school.
Yeah.
Haven't played consistently.
Right. Because you thought,
It's so much stuff that has happened. But I was like, yo, if I got a shot, I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah. Shoot.
So all day. And so I said, okay. So I get in there, and I never forget this day. I walked in there, and they were still in practice. They was wrapping up practice. And as I walk in, all I hear is, Oh, hell yeah. My old teammate Paris that played with me at Friendly that took the Jericho joint.
Oh yeah.
Had just transferred from Bethune-Cookman to Union.
That's what's up.
So when I was like, oh hell
yeah. Like, oh, we about to be lit. Yo, the team about to go up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she stayed after. She went, changed, stayed after, came back, and literally pushed me through the whole workout. And when I felt myself getting winded, it's instantaneously like my leadership skills just start kicking in. So I'm helping the girl actually get through movements. Like I'm stopping plays and being like, yo, no, come here. Like go, like cut her off. Like, and I can see the coach's faces like, she knows it's a tryout, right? Like, and I'm like, yeah, no, like,
yeah.
We go in the back. They took the young girl first. Don't know what they said. All I know is when I got in the back, all the coaches were surrounding me and my mom. And my dad, because my mom didn't make it. My dad and my brother came with me. And they were like, Coach was like, I think I speak for everybody in the room when I say unanimously we want you. When I tell you, I just felt like the weight of the world kind of just left. 30 days later, I was waiting for Coach to call me because the paperwork was supposed to come through, and I don't know if I was supposed to either go down there or they were supposed to send it. I can't remember. All I remember was I was in my apartment on campus at Bowie, and my phone rung, and I saw it was from VA, and I knew it was from Coach. Coach called, and I'm excited. I'm hyped. My teammate is in there. She's the only person that knew about the whole process. And I'm like, yo, what's up, Coach? She was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm anxious a little bit, but, you know, like what we doing? She was like, yeah, I'm calling with bad news. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we miscalculated our red shirts. We needed a post player, but we thought we needed a guard. So I can't offer you the scholarship. I'm sitting over here like, wait a minute.
Like, not again.
Wait, what? How you miscalculate your red shirts? Let's start there.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of BS excuses throughout all of this.
First of all, I cried my eyes out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
For about an hour and a half, 2 hours, like panic mode. That same day I got that phone call was the same day I hosted my first event. It was the staff versus student basketball game. It was called Peace Week because there was a lot of things that had happened on Bowie State campus at the time, and I created the event along with Coach T.
Oh, wow.
And my boy Devin Richards, and we created a staff versus student basketball game, and we co-hosted the event with Angie and Antonio.
Okay. Oh, wow. So come on now.
First event out the gate, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like, wait a
the
minute.
heavy hitters.
I'm like, wait, you talking like heavy hitters. And so, you know, but I was still emotionally detached because my dream literally was shattered.
You like
again.
this it. You want to play college because you want those steps to go to the league, and you can't even get past that next step to get into the league.
It never happened. It never happened. Now, mind you, I always say I at least had 1 year of ball because of the preseason workouts, the training, the open gyms, and all of that stuff. Right. So, you know, all of my teammates at the time that I played with Bowie, they still, like, considered me one of those people that they considered like a teammate.
Got you.
Because I actually did the work with them.
Right.
So, you know, the day of the event, I started hosting. I had watched so many people doing Ibiza, doing Love, doing
all the major clubs during that time. That whole era, man.
Yeah, I done Lux Lounge. I done all of them. I was sneaking at H2O in Zanzibar. I love you, Abdul. I'm sorry. So you know, but I had seen it, and so you know, I kind of just took what I thought I knew and kind of just did that. Halftime at that game. The coach at Bowie walked up to me and was like, yo, I heard you going down Virginia. I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, me and the coach talked, and you know, I was like, we can't take it out on the kids. Me and the family got into it, but you know, that's nothing we should take out on the kids and stuff like that. And I was like, what? So he railroaded me.
See, that's why you got to hit him with that. You know, that Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson.
Yes. Yes. He railroaded me. But I left Bowie went back to Liz after I did that, and I was like, I just got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to come back home. I didn't want to go to Bowie. I done went to 2 schools I did not want to go to.
Yeah.
But I went back to Liz because it at least gave me a home away from home, and I could just kind of like run away, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I had developed friendships there, but I was following my dream. And got back to Liz, and about 4 months later, I crossed Delta, and the game was against, 2 months before I crossed, the game was against Virginia Union at Liz. And so the coach tried to literally dodge me the whole night, and I cornered her. I was like, "What's up, coach?" And this is before I had became a Delta, so it's the reason why I keep bringing that up.
Okay.
But I asked her that day, I said, I just got one question. Did the coach at Bowie have anything to do with your decision when it came down to me from coming to play there? She finally told me the truth and said yes. I could live with it because I finally at least got something out of this.
You got an answer.
I got the truth finally from at least one person. The other two,
yeah, they beating around the bush, as the elders say.
Man, so I could live with it. I have the level of respect based upon how I was raised, but not as a woman for what you did. Because you knew what he was doing in general. Because you was the one that told me all of the shady stuff he was doing while y'all both were JUCO coaches.
And the fact that, like, she knew what you had been through.
Yep.
So you're going to take this person's word.
Yep. You still let him win.
Oh, my gosh.
You still let him win. So after I crossed, I was on Virginia State's campus. I never forget this. We was at the probate. And I never forget this. I called her. And the first thing I said was, "Hey, Sora, how are you?" First thing I said. She said, "I'm sorry, what?" I said, "Yeah." I said, we may not have won and played on the same team, but we still on the same team.
Oh, my goodness.
So I just wanted to say, let you know, because I was made right, and all the people that I knew who were Deltas, I made those phone calls. And
oh, man.
But I have a rule. Every soror ain't a sister. So.
Oh, man.
And I just found out.
Yeah,
that one sister.
That was, I get it. And then that's where you have JayCee, the host.
Yep.
Was born, and I'm gonna get more into that and where you are now as well. Like the author, like 2 books. Now it's funny how I see the cover. Like,
you know what's crazy? The back of this is a basketball court. The back of this is a basketball. I'm sitting on the rim.
Court.
I'm sitting on the rim of a basketball court. I can't make this up.
So we got. Yeah. Okay. What this JayCee right here?
That shot was taken inside Bowie State's gym before I left.
Wow.
That is reality show separately. That actually is the motivational quote book that tells my story of what I just said, but it breaks it down in quotes. I didn't know how to fully tell the story, and so. This was the one that I was able to start. It started out as a journal, and then it turned into a book.
Yeah, I love this. Like one quote that stood out to me: "Stop expecting man to fulfill God's promise to you."
Still learning that.
Still learning. I think it's another one that I had saved.
Shout out to Heat for having the books, yo. Like that's crazy.
I does this. And this kind of goes to what we were just saying. This sums up, that part of your journey. Realize that every blessing is designed in specifics by God. Stop getting jealous because of someone else's blessing. It wasn't intended for you. And this was young JayCee. I look at JayCee on this cover, and then the JayCee on the.
You see the hair?
On this cover,
had length.
Yeah, it reminds me of recently they would post on the tunnel walk-ins for the W, and they was hand you the old photo of how you used to look. And
I'm like, oh wow, right? I feel like somebody called my whole government in that picture. Like, but
and then this JayCee right here after the season, and that's where we are now with you after the season. I want to go to your Instagram.
All right,
because it's 2 posts that you had that I want to get your take on what you was feeling when we made it. Let's start with the old one first.
Okay.
When I mean old, I would say this post is from one is more recent, one is from earlier this year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go from the one from earlier this year. It was National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
Oh man.
And you said, "Can I be honest? This hasn't been the most pleasant journey at all, especially since I've caught more hell in this industry by women. While I share the rewards, the amount of ish I've been through to get here, I honestly don't know how, and some days why I still do it. Most want to just make it just sunshine and rainbows, but for me, I've been blocked by coaches and sponsors, blackballed by agencies because I've done better than the male or other person they hired. I've been paid in gift cards. I've even worked for a conference for over 10 years. The first 6, I paid for everything. The last 4, they found ways to either box me out or pay me as little as possible. Let me be clear. I'm not the angry black woman. I'm the strategic black woman that's tired of being quiet and settling in the industry. I've made painful but great strides, and God got me. I do this job because of the love I have for sports, especially women's basketball, the pain I felt as an athlete, and the transition into the entertainment industry was no small feat. I have no desire to quit, but I do know for those that have played a part in my standstills, God, in all caps, God sees you and has confirmed to me that you will be my footstool soon.
Q's organ. Q's organ. Q's organ.
More of the truth will come out soon. Let me prepare for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Actually, I was on my way to Super Bowl. It's a humble flex. So on my way to Super Bowl.
What spawned that on that day?
I'm just tired of, you know what? We didn't have a lot of female hosts to look up to.
Yeah.
Especially for me. And majority of the female hosts that we had were not looked at as number ones. They were looked at as side pieces, respectfully. They were looked at as the cute face while the male did the job.
Yeah.
And I saw all of the males that was getting all of these gigs and then also all of the money they was getting paid. And I was like, okay, cool. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to study the guys. I'm going to do what they do from a feminine perspective, but I'm going to go and kill stages. And you can't deny me because you literally hire the same thing. We just don't have the same body parts. One, like I extend up top, they extend both ways. There's differences here, but the ways of how I host and how I speak and articulate to people that have navigated through these waters and spaces. I spoke for a lot of black women who felt like they've been overlooked and underpaid. The conference that I speak of is the same conference that all 3 of those basketball teams are in. And so, and then sponsors, like it's a black woman in charge. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
So, and for me, I've given I've given my all to companies before, and I realized something. There's no loyalty in this game. There's a thing of respect. Amen. And I'm not looking for you to be loyal to me. I am looking for you to be respectful.
A word.
And as a person who literally is a change agent for always rooting for the black woman to get hers, like I've always saw other black women when they get theirs, they've always power tripped. And when it comes down to it, it's like the other black woman, if they're not prepared for their next move or whatever's to come, it's like, well, hold on, I got to stifle you in ways so that way you're not, you can't come in and do it. Because it took me 6 years to get in the radio.
Right.
I had people tell me, didn't hire me because they either said I could do their job or because if they hired me at the entry level position, which of course, is board operations.
Yes.
They were like, well, I'll be replacing you in 6 months and I don't feel like doing that.
People so fearful of someone replacing them.
I'm like, well, how do you get on? What does that look like? And of course, I've never seen the male part of it, so I can't speak too much on it.
Right.
But what I do know is I don't see as many females in it. And as the female person that's been on radio, when it comes to the midday personality, respectfully, that's looked at like we've made it. That's our morning show. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that is true.
You don't have morning show, women-led morning shows.
It's very, you can't, I want to say you can count on one hand.
You can.
Female-led.
I only know one.
morning shows.
I only know
but
one.
I can't think of one.
You know more than one? Do you know anyone?
There's a female lead currently on the morning show. No, I can't think of any female
Didi in the
leads
morning.
right now.
That's it. And that's like, I think she's in LA.
Mm.
I don't know another morning show led. I don't know another sports talk show that's led by women.
Yeah.
I don't know the woman that's trusted to run the company as the voice, but they could run your financial offices. They can be your operations officer.
They could be the sidekick on the radio. The women could always be the sidekick.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's as being the person that has legit climbed and climbed and climbed, even to the present day of me doing hosting for certain, national platforms.
Yeah.
I still have seen how disparaging it is in pay, where we stay, how we eat, how we fly. If we wearing the wrong anything,
right.
if we not cute enough, we ain't got on makeup, hair not done a certain way. I mean, it don't even matter about your talent no more. It's you don't pass the test. Of what? What are we doing?
Followers, all that stuff.
So, please don't get me started, because people have legit gotten jobs over me because of followers, but they couldn't deliver the content or the execution of whatever. I put it this way: I did a whole tour by myself one time. I still to this day have superseded the social media insights for that particular company with that same tour that's being done, and it's never been done before. And I was one person doing it. They got 4 people doing the one job that I did, and they still ain't done what I've done. And I killed it. So I know what it is, and I just been kind of trying to sit with God and was like, why do I not have that same strength to just do it on my own?
Right.
I don't know. Because we grew up in that era where it was like you needed backing to prove that you were validated. And so, I kind of sit with it a little bit.
Yeah.
It still stifles.
I can imagine, yeah.
But
that's
know
natural.
Game,
yeah, it's natural.
The
it's
game
experiences.
for you to be able to do what you doing. Like we all looking like we like go Heat. Yes, this is for all of us.
Oh.
Like, go. Like, don't stop. Like raise the price. That way when we come behind, they like yes.
Yes. This is the price.
And mind you, when I say come behind, I don't mean we coming to take.
No.
I mean, who you can trust in certain situations that if something happens or you need to step down or whatever.
Right. I can recommend who I can have to step up when I'm ready to step down.
But it takes so long for us to get the trust, even as women, to do that.
It really does.
Because it's like sometimes we can be so cutthroat to our own that it's like we trying to take, and I've had that happen to me. I've had mentees under me that have taken things from me. And I've been in their corner. And so now I've had to learn how, with a grain of salt, I wish you well.
Yeah.
We don't have to speak. But I don't want anything.
It ain't to do with anything.
Nope, but I want God to do everything. I want him to promote you in every way possible. That's been my prayer for everybody. God, don't let me get him, promote him. That's my...
You gotta let God
promotion looks like anything.
Yeah.
Promote him.
Let God take care of it.
Yeah, very much so.
And the final thing we'll get to is, like I said, a more recent post, because you celebrated a birthday last month.
Oh, man.
You are now 34 years old.
Okay.
So you posted, year 33 broke me open in ways I didn't see coming. I spent most of 33 learning what not to apologize for. Not my light, not my pace, not my boundaries, not my heart. I learned that peace costs something, and I'm finally willing to pay the price. This past year demanded silence, surrender, and separation, but it gave me clarity, capacity, and confidence in return. Growth doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes it looks like stillness, heartbreak, reflection, and rebuilding. But I can honestly say this: I see myself now. I trust myself now, and I love who I'm becoming. 33 taught me that sometimes God hides you to heal you. 34 isn't about survival. It's about sovereignty. Am I saying that word
Sovereignty,
right?
yep.
Sovereignty. Yeah. Listen, come on, DC Public Schools. You see, that's why your parents didn't want you to go to DC Public Schools. I'm walking in everything I prayed for, even if it doesn't look like how I pictured it.
Yeah.
Here's to 34.
Yeah. Had the opportunity to go to Australia.
Oh,
I was in Australia.
good day, mate.
Yeah. It's very Americanized, by the way.
I've been before. It's very
Yeah,
different.
it's a one and done for me, unless I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
But very much so. It was. First of all, I had an amazing time.
Yeah,
amazing group of people.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
went, to be able to celebrate your birthday actually twice, because we're 16 hours ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Australia.
that time.
So
Woo,
it was like,
woo.
by the time it hit midnight, it was like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So I was happy birthday and again kind of thing. Yeah. So the post alone, I lost close friends. Ended a crazy relationship. I lost money. I lost myself. And found it all at the same time. And towards the end, it was just like God was just on my head. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And then like towards the end, it's just like something about that little light that he kept showing me. Like, I'm telling you, if you can see this, I'll help you see so much more. And so towards the end of 33, I just learned how to let go. And I was just like, all right, God, whatever it is, but go. Like, I don't, whatever that looked like, go. Whatever it, like, here's my yes.
Yes.
And it's been a journey to understand how to let go. And like we all sing the song, let go, let God, but to actually let it go and be like, all right, I tried it my way, control didn't work. Fine, God, you got me. You got me. I listen, right? And that's what it's been. And so I'm really excited for 34. I'm very scared, but I'm very excited because I feel like we all know, if you biblically know, God does his best things, his biggest works in a crowd of people. But he has to make sure that the crowd is he don't even care if they ready. He just want them to know it's coming. And I feel like God getting ready to put something on crazy display when it comes to me because I finally have let go. And it started already. I've been extended with Maryland this year already. So last year I started conference time. This time I started right before the season even started with media days. And so while most people be looking at it like, that's like, okay, so you just thinking about it from money. Like, no, I'm looking at it from the fact that somebody saw enough to say, no, we need her energy. We need her a part of this as well, especially a Big Ten school, right? You got Coach Brenda Freeze, who's been there 24 years this season. You have a game day department which turnover is crazy. Like in the middle of last year, the person that was head of it left, went to a different company, and the other person stepped in, and now I have to make sure that I'm not disposable because it's like the coaching change. They want their people. And so you got to make sure that you've done enough to sustain and also make sure that they feel like, no, we're good. I just want to come in and kind of, because everybody wants to make their mark. Yeah. But you want to make sure that you've made yours, and what does that look like? So, I'm super excited about 34. Let me not say scared. I am.
I mean, it's okay to say scared.
No, I'm curious.
Okay.
Because I'm not in control.
God is in control.
Very much so. And because I'm not in control, it makes me more curious as to the when, where, why, how.
Because you're not.
What?
It's literally Jesus take the wheel. You don't have the wheel right now.
Literally.
You're like, I will follow. I will follow you.
Yep.
Follow him whenever he may go.
So I'm there with it, like, and I think for those who have never finally like just let go, man, just go ahead, like, because the clarity that I'm looking for has started to happen. Starting to get answers in a lot of different ways. Things that I have been scared to do, I'm starting to like jump on a lot faster. And boundary setting has been something that I didn't learn how to appreciate even in my own perspective, and that even comes down to family. Like, understanding that everybody's feelings does not have to mean more than your own. Like, your sanity is just as important, if not more important.
You have to take care of yourself.
Everybody living their life. Can you honestly say, if you go out of here today, that you lived the life that you cool, that you did what you wanted to do? And I can honestly say I have not. I've lived my life in the eyes of other people for so long. to make them happy, to do it by their book, to do it their way, and especially because of how all of the things that have happened within just our industry alone, how you had to conform to certain things just to be in the room and things of that nature. I ain't doing that shit no more. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'll just be honest with you. I ain't doing that shit no more. So if you don't F with me, you don't F with me. But I know God got me in this season.
Amen.
Because I've tried him. I've tested him. He's been true. And he's the only person and the only spirit, the only covering that has literally never wavered, even when I've like been like pretty much whatever, God. Like, you know. So
like one thing I tell myself: trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding.
Yeah, 100%.
And
100%. I mean, look, Romans 12:2 always has made me go back to my roots. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just not conforming to the world, but of course, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that ye may prove what is not only good, but what is acceptable and perfect will of God.
Amen.
So that and I know my Bible. You know what I'm saying? I might be a little like, you know, but I know my Bible, right? You know, and as we grow and as we navigate, I say this as we close. With me being a speaker, right? A lot of people, when they hear me, they're like, my godfather, I'll never forget this. I spoke at the church twice. He's like, you're not going to let me ordain you. And I said, nah, I drink too much. But he said,
wine, water the wine, girl. Come on.
But and I said it jokingly. But to be honest with you, I've never wanted that type of title type of thing, because I feel like as women, we only trust women with titles. Pastor such and such, first lady such and such, evangelist, prophetess,
all of it.
All of these different, you know. And I've been like, yo, I just want to be me. Like, I really just want to be me. I just want you to be able to connect with what I'm saying, because it's real.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I ain't need to be the doctor so-and-so.
No. And sometimes you feel like that's your message could reach more people that way.
If they don't know.
Right. This is what God has the calling for you right now.
I see that with E all the time. You know, had the ability to travel with Eric Thomas. And I see it with him all the time. Like, he's still Eric. Like, yeah, he might be Dr. Eric Thomas.
Right, the hip hop preacher. You know,
yeah, for the check. But, you know, I was with him when the book hit New York, before it hit New York Times bestseller. And then as soon as we was like, yo, we here, like, kind of thing.
Here.
Yo, but he did that for check. Like, he didn't do that to change. But, you know, that goes back to being the guy versus the female kind of. We be here all day.
It'll be another
That's
episode.
a whole nother.
We're gonna bring you back, because you know we're gonna bring you back. I'm so happy for you. I know we're gonna have an after.
Let's do it.
After the season, because you, like you said, you are entering a new season, and I am blessed to witness it, and I can't wait to see what God has in store for you next.
Man, thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for coming on.
Of course.
Thank you to everybody watching, listening, sharing. I'm DJ Heat, and this has been We All Have Journeys. Thank you.